Hello, my name is Shashwin. My matrix number is AA200301. Today I will be presenting you guys about the filler table. So on the first column we have the facts from the problem. On the second column we have ideas from the facts. On the third column we have learning issues, and on the last column we have action plan / resources needed. So the first fact from the problem is to study the relationship between distance traveled by car and height of the ramp. So from the fact we know that the idea is the distance traveled by car depends on the height of the ramp. And learning issues for this fact is that how to study the relationship between distance traveled by car and the height of the ramp. To overcome this problem, we take actions by controlling the height of the ramp and fixing the length of the ramp and record the distance traveled by the car, so that we will get the distance traveled by the car, which will be depend on the height of the ramp. For the second fact, we have value of ramp length that will be used. So from the fact, we know that the idea is value of ramp should be fixed throughout the experiment. So the learning issue we are facing here is how to fix the value and what should be the value of ramp length. So we take action by only using one ramp throughout the experiment, which has a length of 30 centimeters. So for the third fact, we have increment of ramp height is consistent with 10 data. So we know that the idea is height of the ramp is dependent variable in this experiment, and the learning issues from this fact is what should be the increment of the ramp height, right? So we take action by making the increment fixed, which is 3 centimeter with each data. So the data will increase 3 centimeter every time. So for the last fact, we have calculate the distance traveled by toy car. So from the fact, we know that the idea is mean is the average distance traveled by the toy car. And then the learning issue is how to calculate the mean distance traveled by car. So on the action plan, we have used a formula that mean is equals to T1 plus T2 plus T3 over 3. So we use this formula to get the mean data. That's all from me. Thank you.
For my part, question 2. Question 1 show a diagram of the mean measure distance distribution traveled by a toy car versus ramp height using Excel. There are two methods used to make the interpretation. Based on the scatter diagram, we can see that if the height of ramp increases, then the mean measure distance traveled by a toy car will also increase. It can be said that this point increases in direct proportion. It can be interpreted that this point is said to have a linear relationship between two variables. The data from this point have a linear state. For the second method, we can make a proof from the calculation method. Use the formula. That is formula y equal to mx plus c. We need to take the information from the graph that has been made to get the linear equation.
Variable x and and one column for y variable, and then we insert all the data that we have from the experiment. Then after we insert all the data in these two columns, we click both the column and go to the insert section. In the insert section, we go to the insert scatter and click on it. Then we choose the diagram that have been asked. After that, we have already finished the first question. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alimuddin bin Sabah. Now I'm gonna talk about question 3. Question 3 is about linear correlation coefficient. Linear correlation coefficient is a number calculated from given data that measure the strength of the linear relationship between two variables x and y. The sign of the linear correlation coefficient indicates the direction of the linear relationship between x and y. When r is near 1 or negative 1, the linear relationship is strong. When it is near 0, the linear relationship is weak.
To solve this question, first we need to find the sum of x, x squared, xy, and y squared. After getting the amount of the data, enter the amount into the formula to get the result of SYY, SXX, and XYX. And use the latest data obtained to find the linear correlation coefficient. When R, the correlation coefficient is near 1 or negative 1, the linear relationship is strong. When it's near 0, the linear relationship is weak. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Ushadi Jazmi bin Muhammad Razi and my matrix number is AA200342. I am from group 2. So now, I will be solving for question 4 from this PBL task. So, question 4 is, find the least squares regression line and then sketch the line. So, before we do this question 4, we should know the important formula in here, which is y hat equal to b naught hat plus b1 hat x. So, the value for b naught hat plus b1 hat, which I will be stated in my slide, b naught hat equal to y bar minus b1 hat x bar. Y bar and x bar in here means the mean for y value and x value, which is for y bar, we will use sum of y over n, and for x bar we will use sum of x over n to get the y bar and x bar value. So for b1 hat, we will be using the value of sxy over sxs. Thank you for Alif. We have already got value for xxy and sxx from question 3. So for the value sxx is equal to 742.5, and value for sxy we will get 3698.7. So we will insert this value to the b1 hat equation, which is 3698.7 over by 742.5, and we will get the answer, we will get the value for b1 hat is 4.9787. And then we will insert this b1 hat value to the b0 hat equation. So for b0 hat equation, we will get 1021.6 over 10 minus by 4.9787 bracket and 165 over 10 in bracket. So we will get for b naught hat 20.01145, and then we will insert the value in y bar formula, which we will get y bar equal to 20.01145 plus 4.9787x. and then we will get to sketch the line like this graph. So this is the graph for mean distance traveled by car versus height of ramp, and those lines are the least squares regression line. And that is all from me.
Hi and salam everyone. My name is Boniface Karin Anak Johannes. I come from University Tun Hussein of Malaysia. I am studying in Diploma Applied Science. So in seasons 2020/2021. So today I will continue my group presentations with questions Roman number 5 in the PBL or problems-based learning projects. So today I will start with reading the questions. The questions sounds like predicts the value of the means measure distance traveled by toy car when the height of ramps is 200 centimeter. So in this case, I will take the equation from the previous questions. So the equations I get from the previous question is y equals to 20.01145 plus 4.9787x. So that is the linear questions. So I will use to solving the Roman number 5 questions. So in this case, as we know, y presented to the means measure distance traveled by toy car, and the x which presents about height of ramps. So in this case, the ramps already given in questions. So we put the x equals to 200 cm because x is refers to height of ramps. So we do calculations and we get the last answer y equal to 1015.7514. So the 1015.7514 is the means value we expect when the height is 200 centimeter. So that's all from my presentations, and if you have questions, you can ask in comment seasons, or you can PM me, or you can DM me in WhatsApp groups. So hopefully my presentations is very clear and you understand. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Zarif bin Anwar, number matric AA200118. So, I will tell you the conclusion of this project-based learning. In this experiment, it used everything we have learned in the previous chapter, particularly chapter 4 of fundamental research. Using all of the topics, our group created data and conducted research on the relationship between the distance traveled by car and the height of the ramp. Research questions such as problems and questions, as well as research design, are examples of this. The work done by gravity on the car is independent of horizontal distance, but is proportional to its change in height. The higher the ramp, the faster the car goes. When it reaches the bottom, the distance depends on speed and friction. With no friction, the car would keep going forever. Because of gravity, the car is forced downward. The higher the ramp, the more distance gravity has to apply to the car. Therefore, the higher the ramp, the further the car will travel. Many factors influence the success of a research study. Variables are used to represent this factor. A variable is something that has changing value and represents a quantity with different value, amount, or strength. Dependent and independent variable are the two sorts of variable. The experiment's data represent both of them. Those are some examples of reference from website and book. From book, we take a research method written by M. Lewis. It can help our group to resolve the problem given. So, that's all from me. Thank you.